Welcome to Cooking with Andrea. Today I'm excited. We're going to be making French dip with some fresh fries. So we're going to go ahead and get all the packages open and get started. All right, let's get started. First of all, I'm going to do my potato. Have some potatoes already cut, made them nice and flat. And what I'm going to do is just put them in my little handheld cutter. Normally when I'm doing big batches, I'll use my food processor and stuff like that. But today, I'm just going to go ahead and use just my little handheld. Much easier. And today, I'm only doing one potato per person. So this is a good little French fry cutter. The only thing is I shouldn't put it on my cutting board. It looks a little hard to cut. It's slippery. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the cutting board. And we're just going to plop them on my counter. Counter's nice and clean, but I don't want it to move too much. And then this little thing I got at the store, this little French fry cutter, inexpensive as heck. I think I paid $10 for it. I was like, wow. So this is how I do small batches, because potatoes are triglycerides for me. That getting old thing is for the birds, let me tell you. So I have to watch how many potatoes I eat. So when I do French fries, I try to limit it 1 per person, or 1.5 per person, so that I'm not eating too many beautiful potatoes that I love. I love potatoes. They're so delicious. Okay, so that was really easy. We'll just move this over, clean that off later. But I want to let you see how I let the potatoes sit, so I can get all the starch. And then that's what they look like. So we're good there. We're going to put these to the side. Got my fryer out in the back there. We'll go ahead and fry French fries in just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead. Johnny's. That's what I'm using today for my au jus. You can use any one you want. But this one's really nice and salty. Gives a good flavor. So it's 2.5 packets, or 2.5 cups to this 1 packet. Wow. You know what? I think I may need the extra half cup. I was going to do 2 so I'd have a good salt content. Very salty. But my family likes it salty. But like I said, use any one you want. A lot of times I make it from scratch and use my meat jelly or my meat jus, like I always tell you. Kind of into that stuff, which is kind of yum. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this au jus on low. Now, we talked about, I had made a couple weeks ago, this is real thin sliced ribeye. It's been in vacuum sealed, and we had it freezing. I told you guys I went to Costco and I got a really good deal. Something like $30 for a nice amount of meat. I think it was 4 or 5 pounds. I can't remember. But it was really super thin sliced ribeye. I use this ribeye for a lot of stuff. I use it for French dips. I use it for stir fries all the time, and things like that. So this is what I wanted to show you. You go spend that money, and guess what? You'll have many dinners. Okay, so this is dinner 2 now. Oh no, dinner 3. I made asada tacos with this. Good tacos. Really fantastic. So basically what I'm going to get this down is I'm going to start seasoning. I want to show you how I'm going to season. And then what I'll do is move on to the bread, and then we'll come back and fry everything together. But I'm using onion powder. I'm using lemon pepper. And you just want to sprinkle it on. Just sprinkle to see how much you guys like. If you want to be real technical, I would say use half a teaspoon of everything, dump it in a little bowl, and then season that way. But it's much easier when you're seasoning like this. Let me put it up here so you guys can see it. So basically, I'm just seasoning my meat like that. I'll turn it over, and I'll season the other side with just some lemon pepper. I've got garlic powder, onion powder, and lemon pepper. But this is what I use when I make French dips. And you want it seasoned well, because this is the only seasoning you're going to do, and that's your sandwich. When I make French dips, I don't play around. I season real well. This is our dinner. It's going to be delicious. And we're craving sandwiches for today. And that's why we're having it. Okay, let me go ahead and get some on. And we're going to do it this way. Oops, a little bit too much there. Just take it, pick it up, put it on the other meat. Because we're just going to basically just throw it on. And that's how we want to do it. And I'm going to do onion over here. But I do like to get it on each and every piece. Very important. And see, we don't have too much. It's not in excess. But like I said, you guys can freeze it how you want to freeze it. Look at that. That looks fantastic. But make sure you get it on every piece of meat. Very important. Now, don't worry. When you get it in the pan, if you've missed anything, just put it on in the pan. But I like lots of seasoning, because once you go back and it's not seasoned, you can't do anything. Okay, so we have lemon pepper. Our meat is seasoned to the hilt, but I wanted you to see this because the seasoning is your sandwich. Okay, so I think we're good. Everything looks beautiful. Okay, so meat seasoned. Let's go ahead and put this down here. I'm going to close these up because next we're going to do bread. I'm going to give a wash real fast. Okay. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our bread. And we're going to get our bread buttered. I chose sourdough San Francisco rolls. These are fantastic. You can use sweet, you can use crunchy, you can use whatever it is. It's how you grow up. Like French dips, it's so funny. I don't remember as a kid all the time having cheese on my French dip. I remember eating French dips with no cheese. And then now it's so funny when we go to a restaurant or something, everything has cheese on it. So I'm doing my French dips today, one with cheese and one without cheese. Because, like I said, I'm not used to that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do traditional how I'm used to eating them. And last time I haven't made one of these French dips in a while. Last time I made a dish like this, I actually made a Philly cheese. Oh my gosh, with onions, peppers, cheese sauce, regular cheese, delicious. But the last time I know that I made one of these French dips, I know that I did not have cheese on mine because I concentrate more on the meat. I feel the meat should be the goodness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take butter on one side. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stand that up so you can see it. So I'm going to make two today. I'm going to make one with butter. And one with cheese and one with no cheese. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. That did not work. My little program there did not work. So let's try this again. Okay, so here's the top sides. I put butter on them. Bottom side, I'm going to put garlic butter. This is my little secret. This makes everything delicious. It just gives an extra little, what's there? Because a lot of people just do the bread just plain, or they put mayonnaise on it. I'm not a big, mine has to be traditional more, like a butter, so that it's crunchy, but mayonnaise will do the same thing. Excuse me. Have a frog in my throat there. So basically, one of my buns has garlic butter, one has butter. Shake up my Parmesan, and I'm just going to put a little bit on both sides though, because I want it to be delicious. It's kind of funny, here in town, it's hard to get a French dip anymore. Back in the day, French dips were the bomb, but it's very hard. There's a place, it's called Mimi's here. Man, they have really good French dips. That's probably my favorite. We've got another little local restaurant here in town where we live. It has a good French dip, But those would be the only two places, in my personal opinion, that have good French dips. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have everything ready. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to start frying and we'll be back. Okay, here we go. We're going to get the goodness going. First, we're going to start with the bread. I have it on 200. Don't want it to be too hot. I don't want to burn. I want it to become nice and crunchy. So I'm going to put my buns, start toasting the beautiful buns. Like I said, use any kind of bun you would like. It's all delicious. Okay, I'm going to put some oil in, probably about a tablespoon of oil. I'm just going to drizzle a little bit. Normally I would cook my meat out on the grill. I never used to be a grill person. Now I'm a grill person. Man, my husband has changed my ways, let me tell you. And the only reason I'm doing it this way is I'll have a little bit of juice, get some good heat on that meat. It's real thin. It's going to fry super fast because it's so thin. Okay, we're going to check the au jus. I had my husband check the au jus when we went to break. He says, it's perfect. Only 2 cups of water instead of 2.5 cups. He thinks it's perfectly salty and that's the way he likes it. So we're going to run with it. Okay, so I went ahead and drained the fries. 1 potato for each of us. Or 1.5, I should say. I'm going to go ahead and get it in. I'll put it on my fryer and let it start frying. I'll let the water drip off of it for a second. Oh, okay, our meat is good. Do you hear the sizzle? Our meat is fantastic. We're just going to layer it in. And like I said, it's going to fry real fast. It's thin. But that's why we want it. That's why we buy it. Because the only thing bad with a French dip is if you do not have thin meat, it will taste terrible. You're going to be chewing for days, and it's not going to be delicious. So you want the thinner meat. And it's super seasoned all over. Better have a little too much seasoning than not enough, in my opinion. Okay, we're going to drop our fries, but I have to stand over here and watch it for a minute so it doesn't bubble over. Here it comes, bubbling. So we're just going to let that continue to fry, and then I'll pick it up and start flipping it as soon as I get these French fries under control. So this is a nice little easy lunch or dinner for us because we worked in the yard all day. It's going to be more like a dinner lunch, kind of hot today, but we're not going to complain. It's our first week that we've been over 80 degrees or 75, 80 degrees, so we're not going to complain. We'll take it. Usually here it's a whole heck of a lot hotter, so I'm not going to complain. Okay, look at this. Buns are going great. That's what you want. That's why you put that garlic, that butter, and that Parmesan. Oh, delish. Now what we're going to do is take our meat and just flip. Do it just a rough flip. Just let it keep cooking. Oh my gosh, smells delicious, looks delicious. And like I said, it's hard to get a good French dip anymore. A lot of restaurants don't even make them anymore. And, you know, same thing with a steak sandwich. A lot of restaurants do not make a steak sandwich. I think in town, only place that I know that I've had one, besides them running a special, is, now I forgot the name of the restaurant. And they have a good one. They actually have a good steak sandwich. I was really surprised. Oh, good God, I forgot the name. This getting old stuff is for the birds. I forgot the name. But anyways, that's the only place where they have like a nice steak sandwich that's not too thick. That's super delicious. Otherwise, you know, I have to make our own. I have to make them at home. Okay, my meat is almost done. I'll turn the au jus up. Checking the French fries here. They're looking fantastic. So it's an easy meal. Not too expensive. Like I said, This is the third thing from my 4 packets of meat I got that day when I went shopping. Buns, I hate to say it, I think the buns were more expensive than anything. Good Lord. But, you know, I have to eat a certain kind of bun because I'm one of those, I like that. And at Whole Foods, there's this one bread that I really like. Oh my gosh, but it is so expensive. Good thing I don't live too close to Whole Foods. I'd be in trouble just for the bread because I'm really a bread, meat, and potatoes kind of girl. I like that kind of stuff. This meat is fantastic. It is pretty much done. Looking fantastic. We've got some nice cook marks on it, which is good. That's why I put things out on the grill. But you know what? You can see. If you have a good enough sear, you'll be able to see the brown in your meat. Let's try a little piece here. Ow. That's hot. Fantastic. Nice and soft. I cannot stand meat that is tough, especially if I'm going to have a sandwich. I'm not eating a tough sandwich. Sandwich should always be nice and soft. Oh wow, look at that bread, is beautiful. Okay. I only need one piece to get a little bit more done. Okay. I'm gonna get a new towel. I dropped mine on the floor. Not cool. So I'm gonna just transfer this meat to my paper plate. I hate to do dishes, so I'm not gonna tell a lie. I'm gonna put on a paper plate so I don't have to work harder. If we make food for our families, we shouldn't have to work hard. Let's work smarter, not harder. Every once in a while, a paper plate has to be involved. That's what I say. Okay. Turn my stove off. Oops, I already did. Okay, I'm ahead of myself today. Fantastic. Meat is done. Let's check our fries. Oh, wow, fries are beautiful. Okay, we're going to assemble our sandwich because our fries are coming along fine. Okay, let me turn my au jus down. Okay. I have some beautiful provolone. I'm going to put provolone on one side, on one bread, and I'm going to do one with no cheese because like I said, traditionally I do mine with no cheese because that's how I grew up eating a French dip. But my family does like cheese. Okay, so I'm good there. Look at these buns, look fantastic. These buns look fantastic. And that's what we want on them. We just want a little bit. And then why don't we keep this one on while I make a little bit higher. I'm gonna make the first one first. Let's keep that one and this one, but I'm gonna move this back here so that you guys can see. Okay. Let's go ahead and start layering. Very good. Sometimes you have to layer with your fingers though, because you want everything nice and even. And normally I do not dip my French bread in au jus before I put it on the bread. Like my Philly cheese, I will do that. I'll put it in nice dip of au jus. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go like that. I like mine nice and fat. This is our dinner, but not too fat, because if I do it too fat, then we won't enjoy it. That'll be too much meat. Take the goodness of the ribeye out. That's when you would have to go to like a, you would want to go to a thinner, like roast beef type thing. But I don't really care for just straight up roast beef unless I make the roast beef and I slice it with my meat slicer. Then I like it that way. But otherwise, we're just gonna go like that. We're going to flip it that way. We want it nice and even. That looks absolutely gorgeous. It's going to go ahead and that's enough. I don't need to stuff it anymore. I'm going to put our top on. Oh, I have to put our cheese. This one, I'm going to do something weird. I'm back. I told you I was not going to dip, but I am going to dip the cheese in the au jus. I'm going to take the cheese like that. It's going to go ahead and it's going to melt onto your meat. Fantastic. And then I'm going to put the nice hot bun on, and it's going to sit there for a minute. Mind you, you're going to go ahead and dip, but look at that, looks fantastic. Don't want anything really dripping off. So one with cheese, one with no cheese. Let's grab our fries. Fries are done. Okay. We're going to do some salt and pepper on our fry. Want to give it a generous salt. Meat and potatoes are one of those things that do need salt on them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put that back. I'm going to take and tear my pan off and move my pan so you can see a little bit better. My kitchen is kind of small, but it works good. Feeds us well. Fries were perfect. I want to make sure I try them. Okay. So what I'm going to do, go ahead and cut our sandwich. Okay. We have our au jus. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the one with cheese, so you can see. Beautiful. Came out fantastic. You know, if I wasn't talking, it doesn't take very long to get this done. Okay. And we're going to get our French fries. And I like my little holders. I'm one of those. I like little cute things for the kitchen. And then it also will film ketchup. You can put ketchup there if you'd like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this side of the sandwich. And we're going to give a taste. And this is the plain one. This is the one that has no cheese on it. But I like it that much where I don't mind. So let's try this. Fantastic. My husband's right. It's got the salt content, but it's fantastic. We're going to try one of our fries. We took the time to make fresh fries, so we're going to try it. Absolutely excellent. I want to thank you guys for coming in and watching me and hanging out with me. If you like the content, if you'll please like and subscribe, I'd be most grateful, and I hope you enjoy your French dip.